Today on Clash and Burn, we're going to be talking about the year in review for gaming, for sports, for life in general. We're going to be talking about what's coming up in the next year, what we could look forward to, and what's in store for 2024. Welcome back to Clash and Burn. I hope I didn't lose too many of you last week when I gave my Home Alone 3 hot take. I still stand by it today, and I'm always going to be inclined to think Home Alone 3 is one of the greatest movies in the world. Whether you think so or not, I'm probably going to watch it tonight because I have not yet watched it for the year. But thanks again for listening. I kind of just wanted to come on here, do a short little episode, wish everyone a happy holidays. I'm going to take next week off to hang out with the family and all that, so I'll be back in the new year with new episodes, new guests. I have some cool things lined up, and we're going to make this show a little more something, you know what I mean? So something I haven't really spoke about on here, which I should, is my other podcast, the Game Marks podcast, every single year since 2019 has hosted Gamebury, which it's kind of evolved over time, but pretty much it's whatever means necessary we can do to raise money for St. Jude. One year we raised money via raffle and we donated some video games to a local hospital, but we couldn't really get the full potential there because hospitals only can take wrapped games. So it was very hard getting people to donate brand new games when, you could just donate whatever sitting here in your Xbox or PlayStation. But that one was cool. We kind of evolved it over time. This year, we did our episodes live on YouTube, and there were perks on the screen. And say you can make us sing everything for a minute, it would be like $20. And we are over, let me check the exact numbers right now, because this year has the potential to pass the past few years. So right now we're at $1,317, which is crazy. And just getting over that $1,000 threshold, it's kind of like, whew, okay, like we made something out of this. Even though, anything counts. Everything's great. Last year we raised $2,565, which is cool. The year before was our most ever with $3,301. Now, I believe this year is actually going to surpass the 3,000 mark. So that's $2,000 more. We have raffles that haven't even been announced yet. I have a Ric Flair signed boot that's PSA certified. I have a book that has like 200 wrestlers' autographs in it. I have a Kurt Angle signed jersey and an NWA signed turnbuckle pad. I think cumulatively we could hit like $5,000 on the Ric Flair alone if it gets to that point. And I really hope we do because it all goes 100% directly into a GoFundMe straight to St. Jude. We don't even see that money. We never will. So that's the way we want it to be, and that's the way it always will be. And I can't wait to think of what we could do next year. Oh, and at the end of the season, you could look out for this at twitch.tv/GameMarksPod. We do what we call Game Marks Mania, where it's kind of like our last-ditch effort to raise even more money for St. Jude. It's the best thing we do all year. Check it out. Head on over to GameMarksPod.com/donate, and that has all the info laid out for you. It's the best thing we do all year, and man, it just makes you feel so good raising that much money. We're going to get into this week's Clash's Corner in just a second, but as usual, it would help so much if you could subscribe and leave a 5-star review for this podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and let me know what you want to hear at Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at JClash21. All right, so I kind of wanted to reflect on this year. So last year, I started a new job. This year was kind of like the first full year of that, and it's sometimes stuff like that mentally, physically, like it just takes a toll on you, like where I was and where I am now. It's just like relaxing to know you're not going somewhere you hate every day. It's pretty great. But on top of that, I feel like on top of having my child, the best thing that happened to me, not only this year, but in my entire life. And I mean, but being able to, like at night, work on reels and streams and YouTube videos, even if, like, say last night, I went on for only a couple of hours. I played Fortnite. I sucked it up. Like, it was really bad. It was a horrible night for Fortnite. But then I switched over to AEW Fight Forever. But then I just had fun making like reels from the stupid moments that happened during the Fight Forever game. and also from like the Fortnite game. So, and I was able to like chop up one of the matches and post that. Like, I know I'm not going to get 1 million views or thousands of views. I get like, if I hit 20, I'm happy. But it just makes me happy. I feel like it keeps me on my toes to keep doing stuff like this and grow and be better as a designer, as an artist. And I don't know, in 2024, I want to do even more. Like, I do podcasts, I do videos, I do everything myself, and I love doing it myself. I would love to do it for more people if possible. Right now, most of my time is taken up by wrestling graphics and posters. And I think it's safe to say, because he did announce it, I've been working on a book with YouTuber Kyle Peterson on the WWE Classic Superstars line by Jax. And that is almost complete. I can't wait to have that in my hand. It's like almost 700 pages right now. We've been working on it for months. And at the time when he told me about it, he said, yeah, this might not come out until like next year. And I was like, nah, we got this. But no, it's been a lot of work, and I can't wait to see the final product. But just exciting things are happening. I want to play more games. I want to play more games on stream. I want to VOD some more games. It's just, this is what I love to do. I want to get more people involved. I want to play with anyone and everyone who's willing to have a game of Fortnite or have a game of Marvel Snap. I want to get into Marvel Midnight Suns. I just added that to my wish list today, waiting for a sale. The more, the better, is what I say. I don't know. I'm just very excited for 2024. I'm in a good state mentally, physically. Well, not so much physically. I have some back and neck issues I do have to tend to this year, but we'll take care of that. That's honestly the least of my worries right now, because everything else is just so good. And with that, I just want to wish everyone else just a really good new year. If you had a crappy year in 2023, as soon as that ball drops, leave it all behind and just dive into 2024 with a clean slate. And just get your mind, get your body, get everything on track. So use that as motivation. This video is sponsored by Dubby, complete jitterless energy to help you be better and catch that dub. Head on over to dubby.gg and get your 10% off by using code JohnnyClash at checkout. Complete jitterless energy. Dubby. But all right, what we are playing this week, sponsored by Dubby. Use code JohnnyClash at dubby.gg for 10% off. Like I said, I want to get into Marvel Midnight Suns. I've been watching a lot of trailers and seeing who's available on Twitch that's playing it, kind of getting a feel for it, see if I would like it. Because I do love Marvel Snap so much. And obviously the Spider-Man games, and they put out their roadmap today, and I was like, I kind of want to see what else is out there in the meantime. It looks cool. I think it's something I could get into, and I'm going to give it a shot. Again, once it goes on sale. I'm not spending $60 on like a turn-based card game. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like... But then again, it is 2K, so it does make sense. But again, Fortnite Chapter 5, it's been going great. We're in Winterfest right now. They just added the grappler back. It's infinite grapple uses. It just gives you some cold blocks on your feet, which makes you slide all over the place. I got to just get down the handles on a PC. Like, I could play on a mouse and keyboard. It's just sometimes you overthink it. And like when you look down at the keyboard, that's when you freeze up and you forget what to do. But if you're just doing it, you just do it. Sometimes I try playing on the controller because that's my first language here. But it's just weird on a PC, on a controller. It just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't feel right. So I don't know. I like playing on the Xbox best. And I'm going to probably continue to do both, but... yeah, I don't know. Unless someone, George, is carrying me, I don't have great success on my own playing Fortnite. I am curious to see what the new Warzone is like. It does look pretty cool. It looks a little bit like they reeled it back, went back to the Verdansk style, and they said in 2024 Verdansk is coming back. I got to dive back in for that. Landed my old spot in the lumber mill. But other than that, I'm very excited to see what comes out this year. Hopefully, The Last of Us 2 will come out on the PC. Hopefully, Spider-Man 2 will come out on the PC, which I don't think either of those are happening this year. But it remains to be seen. All right, honest review time. This one's going to be quick. It's going to be not much of a hot take here because everybody knows it already. I watched Jingle All the Way 2 nights ago for the first time in years. Now, I know everyone is all into Turbo Man. NECA made the toys. The toys are out there. It's still one of those like cult classics, but I remembered it, but I didn't remember it. My wife has never even heard of the movie before. So when I put it on, she was like, all right, this seems like it's going to be stupid. She ended up loving the movie, which is so hard to accomplish. And I was very proud of myself for getting that from her. Really good still. It still holds up so good. The part that I remembered the most from my childhood was the end scene when they're weaving in and out of the people at the parade and Sinbad is chasing him as Turbo Man. Oh, that sticks out so vividly. But go ahead, get out of your way, watch Jingle All the Way again. It's on Disney+. I also watched Noelle on Disney+ with Anna Kendrick. That was also pretty good, even though it was a blatant ripoff of Elf. But with that, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, happy new year. We will see you next year. We're going to come back bigger, stronger, better than ever. And that's going to do it for this week's episode. Please leave a 5-star review wherever you can. It will be greatly appreciated, and it helps this podcast so much. Please check out my other show, the Game Marks Podcast, where we discuss a different wrestling game each and every week and offer up our rating. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/JohnnyClash or twitch.tv/JClash21. And I will see you in the new year on Clash and Burn.